What is up, beautiful people? I hope you guys are doing well. So in today's video I wanted to do something different, so I wanted to do a turning myself into video. So today I will be turning myself into Halle Bailey, and if you don't know who she is one of the two in Chloe and Halle. She's one of the two sisters, and they are signed under Beyonce's record label, and they are two amazing R&B singers. So if you like this video, do tell me and I will do more videos, so enjoy. What is up, beautiful people? Thank you so much for tuning into my channel. Thank you so much for locking into my channel. In fact, I had to catch myself, correct myself. Thank you so much for locking into my channel. I am Lamamba and you're watching Let's Get It Twisted. Let's get to it. Cue the music! So guys, I laid my edges using the Perfect Touch freezing gel, and I used a toothbrush to... So first things first, I want to talk about my skin. I know I do have a lot of scarring on my face. Do not comment on my scarring. Do not recommend me to a dermatologist. Do not do any of that. I just find it interesting that people will get offended if but I'm not supposed to be offended when someone tells me you should go see a doctor about your skin. Make it make sense to me. So please do not comment on my skin. Do not recommend me to a doctor. I already see one. My skin is actually the best it's looked in like since I was a child. So do not comment on my skin. My skin is actually doing great. This is such amazing progress. So I do not want to hear your opinion. I am not interested. I do not care. Save it for someone who does care. Thank you very much.
And
anyway guys, so first things first, I am going to prep my skin with Essence hydrating primer. So this is a hydrating primer. Obviously it is winter season, so I would like to give my skin something that is a bit more nourishing. So yeah, there we go.
ma'am. No ma'am.
So I just put it on like I would put lotion on. So what you want to make sure you do is, even when you're applying any lotion, sunscreen, any product on your face, please guys try and don't drag your face in, because when you do that you're actually aging your face, and a lot of people actually don't realize they're aging their face. So what you want to do is you want to sort of bring the product out. My granny used to tell me this all the time growing up, and I never believed her. I was just like, oh, this old lady doesn't know what she's talking about. And actually she was very right. You guys can actually research it. You're actually aging your skin. So next up guys, what I'm going to do is I am going to set my primer. I actually do like to set my primer. So what that really helps with is, one, it makes your makeup last longer. Two, if it's a hot day, a hot sunny day or whatever, and you've started with your what's this thing called? You started with your setting powder after your primer. Really what I found is that you tend to sweat less, and yeah, like I said, your makeup will actually last longer if you do that. But like, that's what I used to do when I used to club. I don't club anymore. So when I used to club, I used to make sure I put my powder underneath my foundation and stuff. So because you're dancing, you know, you don't want to get too sweaty and stuff like that, you know, and you don't want you to have your makeup running all over you, because that's just not good. So I'm going to take my damp sponge and I'm going to lightly, guys, you want to lightly pat it. And I'm just going to pat off the excess. I'm actually going to pat some of the excess onto my palm, and then if you guys see me looking down, just know that it's because my mirror is in front of me. I'm going to bring it closer so that I don't end up doing that. So I will bring it closer to me so that you guys can actually see me. So like I said, I put this all over my face. If you're going to have like a really hot day, you'd want to concentrate this on the areas where you sweat. You just want to add just a smidge more, guys, just a smidge, not too much. Sorry, I keep going out of frame and whatever. So I tend to sweat here, and I tend to sweat under my eyes, and I also tend to sweat in my T-zone. I know a lot of us sweat in our T-zone. So yeah, and then I'm just going to blend the rest of that in. So guys, as you can see, I've already laid my edges like Hailey. So why I laid my edges already is because I don't want it to really mess up my makeup. So when I do it afterwards, it tends to really mess up my makeup, and I'm just like, I don't want that right now. I don't want that ever. Who wants their makeup to be messed up? So after doing that, I'm going to go in with the Maybelline
Electric chair.
So after I've put the setting powder on my face, I'm going to go in with my Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the shade 55. So 55 isn't my shade, but it's got more of a red undertone. So if you do have darker skin like me, if you are a black girl, even if you are darker than me, you'd want to use a concealer with a red undertone in order to cover up your blemishes. So I have blemishes. They're a bit less blemishes now that I have used the powder on my face. So that's another benefit of the powder, is that you get that extra coverage. So what you want to do is you want to take your concealer and cover up your blemishes. I'm actually also gonna put just a smidge under my eyes. I'm just gonna tap. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna wait for this to dry a bit. I don't want it to completely dry, so I want to wait for it to dry because you get more coverage that way if you wait for it to dry. And people have said it's easier to work with when it's drier. I feel like, I guess you can say it's easier to work with, but what I've noticed personally is that you just get more coverage when you do let it sit for a bit. You don't want it to be completely dry, otherwise it'll hardly move, but you do want to let it sit for a bit. So if your concealer does dry down completely, you can spray yourself with a mist, or you can spray yourself with setting spray even, but make sure that your setting spray is a hydrating setting spray and it's not a mattifying setting spray, because that'll just be a disaster. So mine has dried down quite a bit, also because I was fanning it so much. So I'm gonna spray my face a bit. So guys, next I'm gonna go in with my Rimmel London Lasting Finish foundation. I actually don't know the shade because clearly your girl uses this. It's not the best foundation in the world, definitely not, but I find it very hard to find really good foundations in South Africa. Yeah, I think it's because I compare them to the first foundation I ever got was in the United States, so I think my standards started very high. So yeah, so I definitely would not recommend this foundation if you do have oily skin, because it's quite a hydrating foundation, so you do not want to use it if you have oily skin. So now I'm gonna blend it out. So I used to have a habit of blending down, which again ages your skin. You don't want to do that. Here's a perfect example. Like I just off camera I just blended a bit of foundation into my brows, and you know that it just becomes like a thing of now I'd have to fix my brows after that. And it's like, what if I constantly have to be fixing my brows? It would get really frustrating. You guys see that? In case you're wondering why I chose a shade that's slightly lighter than me, actually the rest of my body is quite light. As you can see, if you look there, it actually does blend with the rest of my body. Secondly, my undertone, I really have a golden undertone, and the other shades that were slightly darker were like a gray undertone, a red undertone. Like they were just all these undertones that just aren't me. So this was my like best bet. So guys, this is the part where I'm actually going to move on to my brows next, and yeah, let's get this Chloe Halle look. So I really like to brush my brows up, so I just like how it looks. It looks so much better in my opinion when you brush your brows up. Brushing to the sides is cute and all, but I just prefer how it looks when it's brushed upwards. And then I want that to dry a bit also. So as you can see, the shape of my brows already looks like much prettier. So I'm going to go in with my concealer first. I do prefer to go in with my concealer first. So I usually actually put it directly on, but I know that bothers so many people. So for the purposes of this video, I will put it on my hand first and then blend it out. So now I'm going to take a little brush. I do prefer the little like angled brushes for my brows. It just, for me, just makes it much easier. So guys, this is what my brows look like after just applying concealer to them, you know, concealer around my brows. I'm gonna slightly fill in this brow just because it's slightly thinner than the other one. Otherwise, I don't really need to fill in my brows. Also, like I said, Chloe and Halle's brows aren't really, you know, they aren't really like, they're not like glam brows. They're like soft glam brows. So I'm going to go in with my Essence Brow Styler Set. I do prefer using powder on my brows. I would recommend that if you're starting out, you should definitely opt for powder rather than pencil on your brows, because powder is just much easier to work with. So if you're starting out, I'd definitely say just opt for powder. Basically filling in the blanks, and just so it can look like the other brow. So yeah, that's basically my brows. So you guys know that the purpose of highlighting is to, you know, make those areas, the areas that we essentially want to highlight, the areas that we want to bring, you know, forth, that we want to stand out, we're going to highlight. And the importance of highlighting and contouring is very big, especially if you're wearing foundation, because most of us are not one shade. Most of us are not one shade, especially if you're a black girl, you are probably multiple shades. So what happens when you put on foundation is that you essentially make your face one shade. So you sort of lose the dimension in your face. So you use highlighter to bring back the dimension in your face. So guys, now I'm going to take my beauty blender and I'm going to blend that out. I don't really let the LA Girl sit for long because LA Girl is so thick already. So now that I'm done with that, when I look at the picture of Hailey, it looks like she didn't necessarily contour her face. It looks like she might have done reverse contouring, but it looks like she actually just used a bronzer. So that's what I'm going to do because that's how I perceive the picture. So next what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be using the MS London bronzer. It's a mineral bronzer, so I'm just going to use that to bronze my face. So you want to bronze your face the same place as you would contour your face. So you'll go there, there, and I can see from the picture that she's gone on the outside of her face, and it looks like she might have contoured at the bottom actually, like proper contour. But yeah. Okay friends, so then what I am going to do is I am going to set my face with this powder. It's upside down. So it's the Banana Dreaming pressed powder and it's from W7. I've never tried this before, so I want to try it, and the reason I got it is because it's yellow and I have a golden undertone. So if you want to get something that's a golden undertone, you want something that's more yellowy, so I thought like this could work for me. So yeah, fortunately when I was buying my stuff I didn't realize the color of her blush. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go in with a pink blush. It's like a pinkish blush. It's blush and highlighter. It's by Essence again. I believe Essence is black owned, so I was trying to, you know, push the black owned business, you know what I'm saying? So because I don't have brown, I am going to try, and I might just contour my face just to make it a little dark in that area, since I am going to be using a lighter color. So this is both a blush and a highlighter. So I'm just going to go like in the middle. I actually don't know how I'm supposed to use this. There's a lot of light shining towards me, so it might be difficult for you guys to see everything. But the highlighter looks really nice. I'm just going to add more blush. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go in with a liquid bronzer, and I'm going to just do it in that area because this liquid bronzer is slightly darker than the bronzer I was currently using now on my face. So I'm going to put some of my liquid bronzer on my hand. And you know what? Since I want beginners to be able to follow along, I'm going to use my finger for the liquid bronzer. So I'm just going to put it . And make sure you don't just put like a thick layer, like just go bit by bit, bit by bit. Also, I don't know if you guys have noticed, Hailey has 2 spots on her face. So I'm giving myself 2 spots because like, I'm trying to achieve her look, right? So like, so guys, it's the moment we've all been waiting for, the eyes. So I'm going to start with the eyes now. So I'm going to use the Essence eyeshadow brush. I'll show you what it looks like. It's the Essence eyeshadow brush. Never used it before. As you can see, it's still in its packaging. So I'm just going to open this up. I have to use a product that I got in the US, so I'm going to use my Clara Cosmetic palette. The colors in here are absolutely divine, so if you can get your hands on this, I definitely would recommend it. I will also be using the Violet Voss HG palette, and this is the fun-sized palette for my eyeshadow. For this look, our aim is not to make the color pop. Yeah, it really isn't. I will put a bit of concealer on my eyelids, but just to sort of prep the eyelids. I'm going to add some of this Banana Dreams setting powder underneath my eyes, just to prevent fallout. So I'm just going to put a bit. This is just to prevent fallout. So I'm going to start. So I'm going to start with this. Whoop. I'm going to start with this orange color. Because if you pay close attention to the picture, there's like an orange undertone like beneath that brown. There's like an orange color that shows up ever so slightly. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on the outer lid. And then that's really the effect that I wanted. And yeah, so that is, I just wanted, you know, the orange to show ever so lightly, and then I'm going to move on to the rest of the colors. So guys, next from the Clara Cosmetics palette, I'm going to use a brown. So I'm going to use this brown one right here. I'd like you guys to remember that I am slightly darker than Chloe and Halle, so I might have to even use a darker brown on my eyelids. So I am going to use a fluffier brush. Cool, and I'm back to my like more dense brush. I'm just going to pack that on by patting it there. So I really like how that looks. It just pops. Now is really time for the tricky part, I guess. So now I'm going to move on to the eyeliner. Eyeliner. It's gonna be tricky. So I'm going to use two different eyeliners. The first eyeliner being the Fenty Beauty eyeliner. This eyeliner is absolutely bomb. I absolutely love this eyeliner. And the second eyeliner I'm going to use is Capria Milano eyeliner. Guys, I don't know either. So yeah. So I'm going to do the one eye on camera, then the other eye I'm going to do off camera. What really happens with this look is it's almost like the back side of the eye goes up and the other side goes down, if you get what I'm saying. So it gives sort of like that cat eye effect, really. So that's what I'm doing. And notice that the eyeliner, I'm looking at the picture now, if you see me looking down, is only at the top, and then in the front it goes to the bottom about a third of the way. Yeah, it goes to the bottom about a third of the way, and the rest there's no eyeliner. So that's why I'm going to start with the Milano eyeliner. So basically the big reason I chose to go in with the Milano eyeliner first is because I wanted to draw an outline of what I wanted my cat eye to look like. So because it's so thin, it makes a good outline, and that way if I make a mistake, it's much easier to correct. So I start off with the Milano outliner and I mean Milano eyeliner, and I just outline my cat eye, and then after that I go in and fill it in with the Fenty Beauty. So now that I'm done with the one eyeliner that I used as an outline, I'm going to go in and fill that in with my Fenty Beauty eyeliner. I absolutely love this eyeliner once again, and if you can get your hands on it, I would definitely recommend it for you. To add, if the eyeliner thing is quite hard for you, I would say get your angled brush and use, I'm going to go over it here, and use your black eyeshadow and just, it's just going to be harder for the, for the areas that need to be slightly thinner. In any case, I was going to put as you can see, I messed up there, but I was going to put concealer there anyway, and it achieves such a nice look as well. As you can see, my line got thicker and darker. I absolutely love using eyeshadow for this. So guys, once we're done with that, blend this out. You can either blend it out or you can brush it off actually. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in with mascara, and I'm using the Elizabeth Arden Lasting Impression mascara. And then I'm going to apply my lashes, and the glue that I'm going to use is the Kiss glue. If I can find it somewhere here. I'm using everything today. So guys, now what I'm going to do is I wore a jacket by the way because it's quite cold. I'm going to apply my lashes, and I'm going to use, here's the Kiss adhesive. And I'm using the Kiss lashes also. I'm using the natural lashes. They're called the Stunning lashes because Stunning is there on the top. Yeah. So I'm going to apply them off camera. Lastly guys, before I forget, I'm going to do my lips. I have Vaseline on now. So I'm going to start off with the Essence lipstick because I have a golden, a bronzy color, and a slightly darker than the one they have. So I'll start off with the Essence lipstick. This is the This Is Me lipstick in the color number 3, which is 3 bold. It's like a nude for white people. And then I'm going to go in with the I Love Candy lip gloss from W7. It's the full colorful lip gloss, and the shade is Fudge You. Fudge You. Can you focus here? And I'm going to and I did add like 2 moles, which you will see in the picture that I will insert. the pictures that I'll insert in this video. This is the final look, and I hope you did really enjoy the video, and please remember to like, comment, share and subscribe to my channel. It costs you absolutely nothing to do either one of those things. So guys, thank you so much for tuning into my channel, and you are watching Let's Get It Twisted. Bye.